Lovely making jokes about cancer. Why can't we have nice programmes?
I have read your letter, but tell me more of your history, Miss Fanshawe.
Well, sir, where would you have me begin?
At the beginning, Miss Fanshawe?
Well, sir, you must know that my mother died when I was born, and my father, Captain Jack Fanshawe.
Mad Jack Fanshawe?
Yes, sir. I believe that is what the world knew him as. He died when I was an infant, leaving my guardian, Mr. Spottiswoode, an amiable gentleman in the city, nothing but debts to settle after his death.
Yeah, that's Jack, all right.
I was educated at Mr. Spottiswoode's expense at Highfields, a charitable institution in Hertfordshire.
A charitable institution in Hertfordshire?
Yes, sir. A charitable institution in Hertfordshire, some miles from the town of Royston.
The town of Royston, you say?
You have it exactly, Sir William.
Please go on, Miss Fanshawe.
I spent many happy days at this charitable institution in Hertfordshire, some miles from the town of Royston, and indeed within happier walking distance of the towns of Hitchin and Stevenage, though too far from Hadley Wood than makes quite a pleasant walk.
I see you know your hearts well, Miss Fanshawe.
At Highfields, I was taken under the care of a Miss Bedloe, a kindly lady of reduced means.
A Miss Agnes Bedloe?
No, indeed, sir. A Miss Constance Bedloe.
And when you left the care of this Miss Constance Bedloe?
Under Mr. Spottiswoode's direction, I assumed a number of positions abroad. I left the employ of one of Germany's reigning houses under a cloud. Then I joined the household of Sir Robert Carver, only to have to leave after one of his sons tried to force his attentions upon me. Upon leaving the household of Sir Robert Carver, I returned to find that my guardian, Mr. Spottiswoode...
The amiable gentleman in the city?
Yes, indeed, sir. The amiable gentleman in the city, who was my guardian, had died, leaving me no provision under his will, save a letter of introduction to you, sir. That letter you now draw from your bosom. And now you know my story.
It is a story that moves me greatly, Miss Fanshawe. Jane, I knew your parents well. Your mother was an angel and your father was a dog.
So Cousin Bethel wasn't mad. You yourself were not wholly indifferent to my mother's beauty in earlier times. You were in love with her a bit, I fancy.
Yes, I fancied a bit too. I loved her, Jane. I loved her with all the passion that beat in my young breast. Breast. I should have married her if your father had not stepped in and ruined everything.
I am sensible of that, sir.
Sensible?
Deeply sensible.
How sensible?
Deeply, deeply sensible.
Jane, let me look at you. You have your mother's eyes, I think.
Yes, sir. In my reticule. I keep them with me always.
So now, after all these years, Kitty looks to me for her child's protection. Jane, there is only one position in my household for Kitty's girl. I believe you can guess.
Oh, sir.
Hush now. How soon may I expect an answer?
Sir William, I must give it you now. Yes, yes, 100 times yes.
Jane, Jane, Jane. The sculleries are downstairs. Mrs. Miggs will give you a uniform.
Excuse me, sir, has this woman been wheedling her way into your affections?
Certainly not.
Oh. She seems to have been doing a spot of wheedling from where I'm standing, sir.
Well, she hasn't.
I'm mistaken, sir. Just thought it might have been Wheedling Wilhelmina. Famous German wheedler, that's all, sir.
Extraordinary.